Patience did you have, before deciding to invest your time, energy, and effort into working with me as a coach or, a coach in general?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, I'd worked with a few other personal trainers in the past, and one thing that I had always had an issue with was the feedback and sort of training styles that they would give me weren't really applicable to my goals and what I was looking for in a trainer. And with you, I really found that like you listen to what my goals were with, in regards to like improving nutrition and, building muscle and increasing strength in specific, parts of my body and really developed a formulaic plan that I could follow week on week that helped me achieve those goals and has allowed me to achieve those goals. Um, and then based on that plan, I've been able to quickly, develop new plans with you week on week that allow me to keep pushing myself, keep challenging myself, which is something that I initially was scared I would not find with a personal trainer.
What like hesitations, did you have before deciding to work with me, if anything?
I think cost was definitely a big factor for me. I'm already someone who's pretty motivated to go to the gym. So that wasn't really too much of an issue for me. But my main problem was the fact that like I wasn't sure if the workouts and like the routines I was doing were really helping me build muscle in the specific areas. Exercises worked what muscle groups and that sort of thing. And you really helped me out in regards to that, building, plans that included compound lifts that really helped me build specific muscle groups a lot more than I had been in the past. So that was super helpful.
So what was your favorite part, about working with me as a coach?
I think really having that one-on-one sort of feedback and planning was really useful. And having someone, to, come to every week and sort of talk about, where what I wanted to accomplish with training, where I was, and where I was wanting to go to, and having someone kind of critique or change the plan that we developed on the fly to match that was super helpful. I while we were training together, had to move gyms a few times, and some of the gyms I went to, had certain equipment or lacked certain equipment, and we were able to, change our plan quickly based on, what the gym had, and what I had access to at the time. I remember I had to travel for a few weeks, and I wanted to keep working out, but didn't necessarily have access to a gym. So we were able to develop, an at-home workout plan that I still use a lot while traveling, and it's been super useful. So yeah, that was probably one of the best parts.
That's awesome. I think that's a big thing for a lot of people, right? Is they're like, oh, I don't have access to a gym. What can I do? And it's like, we can still progress one way or another. So that's cool. And what do you think you benefited most from deciding to work with me as a coach?
I think I've gained a lot of knowledge in terms of like how to properly work out most efficiently. How to go into the gym if I only have an hour to spend. How to use that time uh, in the best possible, most efficient way. And then also just be not being afraid to like ask questions and like have people help me when necessary. If I think I remember the summer I went to a new gym and I saw a few machines I'd never seen before, and I reached out and I was like, hey, like, are these something that I could incorporate into my routine that would be useful? And because of that I was able to start using those machines and work out even more efficiently. So I think, yeah, that's been a super useful part. And just having someone, to motivate me to continuously go to the gym and keep up with nutrition has been great.
What might you say to anybody that's on the fence about like maybe my program or working with me as a coach? Like maybe think about somebody that was in your shoes prior to working with me and any doubts they might have. Like what would you say to somebody that's maybe on the fence and considering it, but they're like, I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's worth the investment. I don't know if, I can trust this guy. Like what might you say to somebody like that?
I would say, I think learning how to work out was something that I was really struggling with. I watched a lot of YouTubers online and looked for a lot of resources, but everything, that I got was somewhat unreliable, or I just like wasn't sure what to trust or like what to try. And having someone that can work with you one-on-one was really something that appealed to me and something that worked super well for me. So to anyone on the fence, I would say, just try it for a bit, try 6 months, see what the results are, and whether you're happy with the service. But, at least in my case, I was more than happy.
And do you have any other like insights, feedback, like anything that you got working with me? Totally cool if not, but just curious to hear like, like what your overall experience was, like positive or negative that you got from most working with me.
Yeah, I think, a lot of the nutrition stuff that you taught me was super useful. It's something I hadn't really considered before. But a lot of this year I've had to start kind of cooking for myself and living on my own for the first time. So, having that sort of uh wealth of knowledge on, what food groups I should be sticking to, what I should be avoiding, how much protein I should be getting, in daily, and what supplements I should be taking, has really allowed me to, continuously stay fit and become even stronger. So that's something that, I didn't really expect to learn or to need to learn, but has been super useful for me.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.